Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are out on the map called Rutland, which is also Highway Hauling 3. Now, the Highway Hauling series has become almost something of a trilogy at this point in terms of SnowRunner mod maps because it's really brought in a gameplay style that we never necessarily knew would happen in this game, but has really, come to life in such an incredible way. Now, the first Highway Hauling map was the map that sort of brought this concept to light. The second Highway Hauling map was the one that introduced more off-road elements into the Highway Hauling saga, but also kept that core highway dynamic. And Highway Hauling 3, I think, really does a great job of bringing all of that together. Now, I haven't really spent all that much time out on this map yet, but I have spent just enough time to where I kind of know my way around, and I've done a couple of tasks, but nothing to the level of, knowing my way around it like it's the back of my hand. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Peterman with the flatbed, we're going to back it up to that loading dock right there, and we are going to load Lime's RZR onto the back of this flatbed should we run into any areas where maybe we need a little bit more off-road capability than, say, for example, the Peterman itself. So let's fire it up. And we're going to go ahead and get that RZR on the back. And also, as you can see, it's very early in the morning right now. The sun hasn't fully come up yet. But I really wanted to start this tour early in the morning. Or rather, let's not use the word tour. Let's more use the word exploration. I wanted to start this exploration early on in the morning because I felt like it would provide a really cool experience to actually be able to see the sun come up throughout our little drive through the map. Let's back this guy up just a little bit. We'll get you properly loaded up onto the back of the Peterman. Nice and easy. If you could, not drive up that edge, that would be awesome. Shut you down and swap back into the Peterman if the game would let me. All right, let's get this thing packed and fire up the Peterman and head out into the map. Now, the Highway Hauling series of maps has not only done an amazing job of allowing us to explore the game in a new way, but it's also done an amazing job of bringing a gameplay style together where literally on these highway hauling maps, standard vanilla trucks and modded trucks can basically coexist seamlessly. You can run through these maps with, crazy over-the-top modded trucks, or you can take your time with a standard in-game truck, and either approach is completely doable and completely acceptable as a playthrough style of these types of maps. So let's go ahead and turn left because I've never actually gone left. I've never actually gone down this way before. And so being as this video is a little bit more exploration focused, I really want to get a little bit more of an idea of where everything is and what some of these other areas are like. Now you can see we've got a town over here that actually has traffic lights and crosswalks and shops and a neighborhood. The neighborhood is actually really, really huge. And one of the things that I noticed when I was streaming this map was the fact that they actually do an amazing job at intertwining the neighborhood and the houses into a lot of the tasks that you're going to be doing. Now, I don't know if this road actually leads to basically an end or if it actually carries on, with a bridge or something like that. I'm very curious to find out. But it seems as though the pavement ends very quickly. We've got a little bit of just kind of an open clearing here, and then it turns to dirt. So this might actually turn into somewhat of an off-road trail, but you know what? It's fine, because we've got beans. Ain't that right, bud? Yep. So let's see what this ends up turning into. So we're actually right near the edge of the map right there, as you can tell. But up here on my right, there's a big ravine. And the ravine is kind of a theme with this map. The ravine runs along I shouldn't say the edge of the highway, but it runs along sort of the left middle of the terrain throughout the entire map. And you'll see it popping up throughout gameplay. Now, let's make sure not to, dump our entire truck setup over the edge here, because that would be quite tragic if that had to happen. I'd be really upset about that. Now that we've got... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my... No! Well, that went well. Now, let's head back to the garage and pretend that didn't happen. Although, you know what? If you guys saw it, then it happened. Oh my god, we're not gonna ignore what just happened. We're not gonna ignore it in the least bit, but yeah, we ended up at the bottom of a ravine, and it actually looks like that trail continues on, but I think I learned a valuable lesson about bringing large trucks back here. I learned a very, very, very valuable lesson about bringing large trucks back there. So, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually gonna swap this out for the camper body, because, or the motorhome body rather, because I feel like the motorhome body might be a little bit better suited to our exploration style of gameplay that we're taking on at the moment. Easy. Don't worry, we're just gonna push our 2017 L400 out of the way. It's fine. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Now, we're gonna head out to the main road, and we're actually, when I say the main road, the main highway, and I'm gonna show you guys one of the most interesting features of this map as a whole, and that's the golf course. Now, you might be saying, a golf course? Like, really? Why is that interesting? You can, like, storm through the golf course and use the different sections of it as jumps. Think the original golf course in, like, Forza Horizon 1. That golf course was one of the most fun areas of the entire map in Forza Horizon 1, and this map kind of feeds off of that same energy. Now, as you're going down this road, you'll see that you have the option to turn right here, and you can go down to the airport, and the airport is really, really cool. The airport, like, you can drag race there, there's a lot of different, you know, there's a loading section there, there's a task there, and you can also see on the map right here, this plane is coming in for a landing. How freaking cool is that? And you'll actually be able to see it when we get a little bit further down this road. Now, one of the other interesting areas of this map is obviously the main highway, but the ravine, when you're not falling into it, can actually be a really cool area to kind of explore and adventure in a well-equipped rock crawler. So let's make our way up this hill real quick, see how Beans is doing. He seems to be doing just fine. Now, I will say, I don't know if any of the campgrounds around here can accommodate a setup this big, but I sure as heck hope they can. There's the plane, as you can see up ahead, that's coming in for landing, which, once again, Remo did an amazing job with all the different set pieces of this map, and, like, oh my god, like, seeing a plane coming in for a landing right there is one of the most mind-blowing features he could have included in this map. So let's see if we, like, skip to the next day. Let's see if it... Oh, my God. Yeah, that clears up the weather nicely. And actually, also, down ahead of us, you can see the desert. Now, the desert is another area of this map that has me going, like, what? Because, like, if you think about it, a desert was not a feature that we ever anticipated to be included in any of the maps in the Highway Hauling series, and Highway Hauling 3 literally brings that to reality. Now, oh god, did we cause visual damage? Ah, only a little bit. It's fine. Gives a character. Don't worry about it. Let's carry on. Now, the golf course not only has, obviously, the golf course itself, but it has a repair station. So if you do, for whatever reason, have visual damage, you can repair it down near the golf course. And it's called, like, the golf cart repair area, but you can basically use it for whatever rig you want, including big rig campers like this one. Now, the cool thing about the highway on this particular highway hauling map is that, as opposed to some of the other highways that were a little bit more, like a little bit more wide open and straight, these highways actually have some proper turns. And if I can gather this slide up, which seems to be a bit more challenging than I originally anticipated, because normally, like, some trucks in SnowRunner are very easy to catch a slide, other trucks are a little bit more iffy. See, that was like a perfect drift, and then we got into a little bit of a tank slapper at the end, but don't worry about it. Ooh. Yeah, I just went ahead and pulled the e-brake. I was like, I'm not gonna argue with that any longer. Let's make our way up the rest of the hill. I'm just gonna throw it in high. High range is gonna be a whole heck of a lot more reliable through this area. All right, now let's see. No trespassing beyond this point. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's completely and totally fine. That's actually where they gave us permission to park our camper, so we're good. We're good. I'm not even going to worry about the fact that I'm heading back here in high range, because literally at the end of this dirt road, we've got a freaking repair station, so literally there's nothing to worry about at that point. All right, we got a repair station right here, and you are about to see all of that damage disappear. She is good to go. Now, the golf course itself is not right here, but it's rather kind of on the other side of this little pond, and you can get into it kind of down here from the main sort of country club, basically. Now, let's see. There's a task down there that looks a little bit more interesting than I feel like it should, and I feel like it has something to do with the golf course itself. If it's a delivery style contract, we won't do it, but if it has to do with like jumping a truck or something, you're dang right we're gonna freaking try it. Now, I do wonder though, if it's a jump related task, is our truck a little big for that? I feel like we're a little big for that. I don't know, I feel like we're a little bit on the large boy side. Way. All right, turn in and reverse. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Easy. And all right, what is this? Let's see. Hole in one of the sprinkler lines. Oh, never mind. We need the pipe now if you can. I saw a hole in one and I thought it was golf course related. Never mind. We'll attempt that later. But now we actually can make our way onto the golf course itself, which again is one of the most hilarious parts of this map that you could ever possibly imagine. Look at this. I'm sorry, what? Oh! So, I didn't realize that these golf hole markers were a solid object. I thought you could knock them over. Nah, they're fully solid. And if you run into one, you're oofed. You're big time oofed if you run into one. Now, why is there a random sign right there? That doesn't seem like it marks anything or does anything. Okay. I'm a bit confused by your presence here, but all right. Where are the next, sections of the golf course? There's one chunk of a golf cart, though. Can you imagine if this was your freaking golf cart? What a chonky golf cart. Sand trap. You yeet. Oh my god. Can you... Wow, what balance. All right. Can you imagine actually, playing a game of golf here with twin steers as the golf club and, let's say, a Dawn 71 as the golf ball? That would be an absolutely brilliant idea, and holy crap, I need to try that sometime. I don't know why I never thought of that before, but that seems like an absolutely tremendous idea, and it needs to happen, right now. Well, maybe not right now, because we're currently in the middle of a golf course with a Peterman, but at some point in the future, that needs to happen, and let me know in the comment section down below if you would also like to see that happen. Now, let's go back to the garage real quick so we can get this thing repaired, get it all set to go, and I do want to show you guys one more of the really cool aesthetic features of this map, and that is within the town. It seems like each highway hauling map actually has kind of its own sports field, and this one is no different. Now, one of the coolest things about it though is that once you first dive into this map, you'll actually need to do a task there to repair their lawnmower. And when you actually repair their lawnmower, you'll have to head out to the golf cart repair shop, grab 2 units of, I think it's service spare parts, and head all the way back and drop them off. But it's the creativity in the tasks on a map like this is just absolutely enormous. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's freaking great. The fact that this is even here, and it's even got the lines on the field. It's got the bleachers. It's literally got just about everything that you could want from a realistic town on a highway hauling map. There's also a watch point here as well. So if you guys enjoyed this first look at Highway Hauling 3, make sure to let me know any of your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and of course, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and we will be back on this map in the near future. See y'all next time.